Hey, this is Nick Aldis, your favorite GM, former world champion, and friend of K100 despite being on probation. A few years ago, I started Legacy Sports Nutrition to sell high-quality supplements made in the USA to people like me and hopefully people like you. Since we launched, code K100 is the most used promo code at LegacySups.com, which is a testament to the listeners of this show as intelligent people who care about their health and performance with bestsellers like Test X9 Testosterone Booster and our Recovery PM Sleep Aid. I use these products myself, and so does my wife, Hall of Famer Mickie James, as well as a bunch of your favorite wrestlers. Try our stuff now at LegacySups.com. That's LegacySupps.com, and use code K100 for 10% off and to support this podcast.
Our boy Brian Dunlap, certified yellow belt in Kempo Karate. Why hasn't Triple H pulled the trigger on a full-fledged...
Did he actually write that?
Yeah, certified yellow belt in Kempo Karate.
Isn't that like one of the lower belts right after white?
I mean, it is what it is.
Okay.
You know.
Suspend this guy for trying to get over on us on something that's not even a big deal.
Okay. Why hasn't Triple H pulled the trigger on a full-fledged Drew McIntyre WWE World title reign? One that doesn't end immediately, as was the case of WrestleMania 40 when Damian Priest won it from him. What's the reason for not pulling the trigger on Drew? Is it because he's a Scot? Is it because he's an immigrant? I see the cerebral assassin's it's been getting pretty cozy with the Trump administration in the White House. What do you think that tells you? Vince Russo has suggested that the King of Kings can be jealous of wrestlers like Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Karrion Kross. Do you think there's any truth to that? However, more recently, Vinny Rue extended the olive branch for Drew to join him in JCW. What do you think of that development? Vince Russo on X. Drew McIntyre would love to discuss you coming to JCW lunacy once your WWE contract expires. You have my word. You won't be booked like poop. Best regards, Brian D., who once spent a year in South Florida. P.S. There's still the chance of a SmackDown GM who's still on probation, Nick Aldis, stripping Cody Rhodes the title for cheating at Saturday Night Main Event and giving it to Drew. Just saying. That would actually be a good storyline. It's like, like Drew convinces Nick from their friendship back in the UK for all those years and everything that he needs to do the right thing and strip Cody.
Right.
And he could do a whole that. I would be interested in something like that.
Yeah, that Europe hasn't had a champion in
right.
Who knows how many years. And yeah, but Drew's really gonna drop WWE to go to Juggalo Pro Wrestling or whatever it's called.
Right. JCW.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So Russo can book him how he wants.
Right.
Right.
That's been the Patreon.
How ludicrous is that?
Vince is really doing a good job of trying to market JCW, to be honest with you. He's like all over, he's posting a lot about it and stuff, which you're supposed to do,
Right. Mm-hmm.
But he still just hates it. I'm surprised he went back to work, to be honest with you, because Vince hates wrestling.
He says that until somebody hired him, and that's
what I'm saying. But I still don't think he likes wrestling. I don't know how this relationship is going to work out, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because
I just think he hated as long as he wasn't hired, but once somebody showed interest, he became reinterested.
Well, let's be honest. If you're the Clowns and you want to, maybe you'll improve your show, at least they hired a professional wrestling writer.
Right.
Like Vince, the one thing people that forget is that Vince still does know how to write a wrestling show. You can talk about the content or whatever, but Vince knows how to format and write a wrestling show. He's never not known how to do that.
Right.
And I think that maybe when you're working with guys like the Juggalos who aren't quite as organized, you bring in a guy like Vince and he could just, bro, I bet you these guys probably, when he gave them their first format sheet, they probably looked at it going, wow, look at this.
Right.
Bro, because remember when Russo came into WCW, when we got his first format sheet, like, this thing is detailed.
Right.
It's like, geez, this is how it should be. This is good. It's like, he would write promos out, but they wouldn't be verbatim. But he would tell the stories on the written show, so.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Right.
I came up with a tremendous booking idea for Russo at Juggalo Championship Wrestling involving Rich Bocchini as a heel authority figure. Oh man,
no, stop.
It's on the newest Raven effect, and it's been people in the brand Facebook.
Don't even do a kazoo sound. Do a fart sound on that.
They love it.
They do not love it.
The brand.
Okay, give us a condensed version of it.
Well, Rich comes in first as an announcer and authority figure, and he's a baby face. But then he starts getting in a little trouble because he starts saying, you know, I wish you guys wouldn't smoke the marijuana out there because it's affecting my contacts. If you could please extinguish all marijuana and don't do that. And of course they don't. And then he starts to ban foul language and he starts to insult the women in the crowd. I can't believe you bring these cows here and call them your girlfriends. And I had a whole bunch of stuff going for Rich as a heel. He's a natural.
Well, finish it, bro. If everybody loved it and it was a good idea, you should know what it is. Okay?
Oh, no, I don't.
Then?
So
no, I don't have an ending.
So we're gonna no. So Rich Bikini's finished the story. It's going to be the JCW Rich Bikini finish the story.
Yeah, I'll clip it and send it for you, Konnan. I know you'll take some time to listen to it.
Just explain it to me. Why do I need to read?
No, that's it. He's a heel. Oh, and then you know what? That's right. You know who would come back to vanquish heel Bikini trying to ruin JCW and taking the marijuana away and the scantily clad women? Kevin Gill comes back as a babyface.
Oh my
reclaim JCW for the Juggalos. Boom.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That should do monster numbers.
My god.
But no, on a serious note, the thing about Vince is.
So that wasn't serious?
No, we were just Raven show, but he's gonna garner a lot of interest. I know.
So wait.
Yeah.
So did you come up with an idea that people liked or not?
Oh yeah, in the brand group, there's people that honestly were like, "That was funny. You should listen to it. It's a good idea." Blah blah blah. Yeah.
So what's the idea that Bikini turns heel?
Yeah, pretty much, and just put the crowd.
Then
it's not really that original. I mean, it's like Bill Alfonso and ECW.
Well, I'm not talking about originality, but then what happens? So he goes off on the fans, and then
week by week he'll come out and complain about something else. I don't want you throwing your Faygo soda around. It's making the floor sticky. And if you guys could refrain from throwing your sodas at me.
You know what that sounds like? Kind of like Officer Cabana.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Get in the game with the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Bet on the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, soccer, golf, MMA, and more. Every sport, every market, right at your fingertips. Deposit instantly with PayPal, Venmo, or Apple Pay, starting at just $10. Win big and cash out fast. PayPal in 24 hours or instantly at retail sportsbooks. Available in over 20 states, FanDuel's app is your ticket to the action. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now.
All right, how many suspensions do we have in the mailbag this week?
Two right at the end.
A red card and what about the red card though?
That was Brian Dunlop for trying to get his yellow belt over.
Right.
And Diego from Dallas for making jokes at Konnan's retirement.
Interesting.
I was going to say real quick, I'm going to go out of my way to watch Vince's first couple of shows, and I wouldn't have watched that show without it. And I see a lot of that. Plus, sites are going to report on it just to crap on Vince. But guess what? That's still a view. I think it's going to really up their viewership having Vince involved.
Well, I'm never rooting against anything Vince is doing. Okay, so I hope it as well. And I'm a huge fan of the clowns.
Yeah.
Other than Violent J, I love those guys.
So here was my assessment, Joe, while you went away to get something to drink or something, right?
Yeah, man.
This is what I thought. So Disco says, I can't believe Vince is doing something he hates because he hates wrestling, right?
Right.
And I said, bro, he only hated it because nobody wanted to work with him.
Yeah.
As soon as somebody showed interest, he had interest.
Right.
Where do you lie in between me and Disco? In the middle, or are you more partial to one of?
I think you're correct that the interest made him happy, and I think actually this will be like a deep dive for listeners that have been around. But when he came in to write a little bit for that Lucha promotion, what was it called?
Aero Lucha.
With Aero Lucha, and he had some like issues backstage with younger talent not taking him seriously, or not listening to him.
Konnan was there.
I think that really hurt his feelings, and I think that turned him off too. But so hopefully he doesn't have those kind of issues with any.
No. I'll tell you this. Because I know he had issues at some of the guys at Rocky Mountain Pro.
That too, huh?
That they wouldn't. I don't think it was Aero Lucha. I think it was Rocky Mountain Pro.
No. He had an issue at Aero Lucha. 100%.
Well, he would tell me stories about this kid at Rocky Mountain Pro that was acting like he knew everything and was just be very disrespectful to him. You know. So
Konnan, do you remember that? Who, and if so, who was the guy that Russo had problems with backstage at Aero Lucha? Because I remember Shane Helms explaining.
Sammy Guevara.
Was it Guevara? Oh, there you go.
It was the whole thing with Sammy Guevara and MVP and stuff. That's what it was.
I got it. Okay, yeah.
Is that accurate, Konnan?
Pretty much. Well, basically, it was MVP didn't want to do what Vince had written for him. He thought it was me.
Oh, right.
You and I go, no, I did not write this, but go discuss it with Vince. And basically, what it was that Sammy was gonna slap MVP. And MVP was like, bro, this guy looks like he's 12 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not good, which he kind of did. And they go, I'm not going to have him slap me. I go, we'll go fix it with Vince. But then something happened.
No. I think you got the story wrong.
I was there.
Okay, wait, time out. But I think you have this story wrong. I thought the deal is that MVP was going to jack Sammy up against the wall. Right. Sammy was like saying, well, I would just slap him and stuff. The MVP was going like,
no. Vince definitely had him. Bro, I remember the verbiage like it was yesterday.
Okay.
Because I recommended MVP. I brought him in, right?
Right.
So he had what do you call this? Faith in me. I don't think he knew Vince that well.
Right.
Right. So he came to me and he exactly like this. He goes, I'm not doing this. And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, you want this guy, Sammy Guevara, who looks like he's 12 years old, smacking me? And I go, well, that wasn't my idea, but go fix it with Vince. See what he says, but yeah, he wasn't going to do it.
But I think two stories can be right at once. Because I think the thing was, Sammy thought that I wouldn't let that guy do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we could.
Well, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that.
Go ahead.
I thought it was a young guy.
Then what happened was that Sammy found out that MVP wasn't happy about it, right? And I actually told Sammy, I go, well, bro, whether you're happy or not, in real life, if this guy slapped you, what are you going to do? And he actually told me I would slap him back.
Right.
I go, you obviously don't know this guy because he would kill you.
Nah, you'd be on the floor.
Yeah, right. So I had it sort of like, yeah. Okay, so that was the story, yeah.
So
I don't think that. I don't know, but I think that's the only issue that Vince had booking Evolution, though, right? I mean, everything else was fine there.
Well, his biggest issue was like, I don't know how to book Mexicans, and I was like, bro, you book them like you book anybody else. It's all based on emotion, heels, jealousy, backstabbing, whatever. It's not, I mean, I'll take care of the cultural part,
right?
You just take care of the writing part.
Right.
Yeah. And just 30 seconds on that, Disco. I think the main problem with Vince trying to work today is he thinks he deserves a lot of respect for the success he had in WWE, big numbers, all that. But a lot of these guys working now grew up in the generation where Vince was getting trashed by Meltzer.
Right, exactly.
And death of WCW and so on. Yeah.
And Vince.
And the thing is, if you listen to the main guys, with the exception of us, and even we've buried them, is, when you hear Bischoff or you hear Bruce or you hear Dave, like the main guys, you hear Cornette, they're all burying him.
Well, let me tell you this.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that I turned on Vince for, okay, is when he went on that dark side of the ring and he said, and I was doing the show with Vince at this time. When he went on dark side of the ring and said he thought he was a better performer than 90% of the talent.
No, yeah, remember
that.
And
the dude, I
and he doubled down, right?
On the show, and he doubled down on it.
Right.
Like,
come on, you can't be making remarks like that. Yeah, you're just a mark for yourself if you say that. And there's no way of,
I'm your friend. We're like, dude, yeah. All right.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.